The Public Service
There
Alliance
are
of
still
Canada
many
is discussing
other
results of
important
its
issues
strike
at
vote.
the
Let's
table.
listen in live.
Federal public service workers are continuing to fight and demand for more inclusive workplaces. We've seen from the Black class action and Indigenous class action lawsuits that there is institutional and systemic racism and discrimination in the federal public service. Building a more inclusive federal public service should be a top priority for this government. That's why we're calling for more training on anti-racism, discrimination, and harassment for all federal workers and managers. Since the pandemic, we've also seen remote work become part of everyday life for many workers. Our members have proven that they can be as effective working remotely as when they are in the office. Now, it's time to look to the future by enshrining remote work and the right to disconnect in our collective agreements. Contracting out is also eroding the services everyone depends on, while costing Canadians more and making our members' jobs less secure. That's why we're pushing to end contracting out and fighting for good, secure public service jobs. Federal public service workers deserve better. PSIC will not back down until this government gets back to the table with a new mandate that puts workers first. What workers are asking for isn't unreasonable. It's what all workers deserve and should be able to expect. Wages that keep up with the cost of living and workplaces that are safer and more inclusive. I'll now turn it over to Yvonne Barrière, our Regional Executive Vice President for Quebec, who will speak more to these issues.
Merci beaucoup, Sharon. Merci
Hello,
beaucoup
everyone.
d'être
Thank you
aussi en grand nombre présent.
for all of you
Nos
being
membres
here.
sont sans contrat de
Our
travail depuis
members have
2020.
no
Aujourd'hui,
contracts
nous
since
disons
2021. Today we're saying aloud that we can't wait any longer. Ready to strike to get a fair and equitable agreement that leaves no one behind. And here we're talking about 155,000 federal public services that gave indispensable service to the people and set up new financial aid plans during a record pandemic. They are working in the prisons, military, tradesmen, Coast Guards. These people deal with EI, immigration, and so on. So we're far from the fat cats. The vast majority here are women who are earning between 40 and 65,000 per year. Far from enough to deal with inflation and to allow people to make ends meet. Wages have been stagnant for 2 years. The cost of living has been going up very quickly. So we're asking for decent salaries so everyone can live, especially everyone. And this is the clear message from the 155,000 federal civil servants are sending to the government today. Our members didn't vote for a strike unseriously. They know that it would be serious for them as well as the services, but they exercise a power of negotiation because they can't wait any longer, because the bills and the family cannot wait. This is what they're saying to the government. We don't want to be taken for granted. We want to help further, and we are ready to fight for change.
All right, we've been listening in live to the Public Service Alliance of Canada announcing the results of their strike vote. We now know that 120,000 members, an overwhelming number of them, have voted in favor of strike action. They want a safer and more inclusive workforce, including ending contracting out and enshrining the right to work from home.